For the base of the pages, I use this cardstock. As you can see, this one is by Recollections. It comes 50 and it's 65 pounds, okay? And I use this paper pad. You can find this paper pad at Michael's. It's the Primrose by DCWB. For the cover, I use this paper, and this one is the 8.5 by 11 inches, and I cut this one at 10, okay? So you cut at 10 by 8.5, and after you cut at 10 by 8.5, you are going to glue right here, the long side, 1/2 of an inch, okay? Right here. Now mine is glue in the center, 1/2 of an inch, and we are going to glue this one in the center, the piece for the spine, and then we are going to glue these two pieces that are 6.5 by 6.5, and we're going to leave 1/4 of an inch gap, okay? And after you glue the chipboard on this paper, on the cardstock, you are going to score, okay, around the chipboard, and then you're going to fold the paper to this way. I'm going to do the cover fast forward, okay? After you have this one done, you're going to glue the pattern paper that you want for the background, okay? For this one, I got 112 by 12, okay? And it was like this. So this one is 6, okay? Each one is 6, but right here is 6 1/4. And this one was in the top of the paper, and I cut at 6 1/4 by 5.5, okay? So this one is going to be first, right here, okay? I'm going to glue this one right here, and then the other one in the sides. is how the cover looks like. Remember that you have to glue this part first, but before you glue it, you have to push this one all the way to the back, okay? And use a bone folder and make these folding parts. It's very important. Try to do with something round so you don't rip the paper, okay? And it will look like this, see? On both sides, okay? Then you're going to glue the paper on this side and also on this side. Now, when you fold it, see, it has room in the indent to get it this way, okay? Now, for the back, I just put this one straight and glue the same size of papers, okay? First, you have to glue this one and then the sides. And right here, you have to keep it flat. Don't make any indentation, nothing, okay? Just flat. So when you fold the paper, it's going to look like this. See? And we are going to cover with laces in this side. So this is the cover. Now we are going to make the hinges for the binding. Now for the binding system, I'm going to use the Stack the Deck from Laura Denison, and I cut these papers, 3 papers at 6 inches. And the first one is 6 by 5.5. The second one is 6 by 6.5. And the third one is 6 by 7.5. Now, for the first one, we are going to score at 2.5 and then a 3. Okay, and when we fold this one, we have 1/2 inch right here. Okay, the second one, we are going to score at 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4. And we are going to fold only the first and last. Okay, so the first and last are going to be folded. And right here, this one is the guide where you are going to glue this one, okay? So you can glue this one right here, see? Right there in the center. Okay, it's going to be like this. So it's center, okay? And the last one is going to be scored at 2.5 and 3. Then turn the paper and you're going to score again at 2.5 and 3. And you are going to fold only the first and last. Okay? And after you fold that, this is the guide for the second part of the binding. Okay? This one right here is going to be glued right here. Okay? In this. So everything is going to be center. Okay? So you have 6 pages there. So I'm going to glue this one and I'm going to show you how it looks. And here is the binding system, okay? We have this one with a 2.5 paper right here, right? So the next step is to get some scraps of paper and we are going to cut at 6 inches by 1. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay. We need 6 of these, okay? 1 per each page. And we need 12 1 inch by 2.5 and a score in the center, okay? And we are going to use this to make a pocket, okay, on each one. So it's going to be like this. Okay, we are going to cut right here. Okay, we're going to cut this one, the corners. Then we are going to get these 2 and we're going to do the same thing, okay? We fold it and we're going to cut this one and this one, see? And now we are going to add this one to the sides and this one at the bottom. Okay, when you do this one at the bottom, you're going to leave like 1/8 inch. Okay, right here, you're going to leave 1/8 inch. And you have to do this on each of these, okay, on this side. Okay, you're going to do in each of these the same thing, okay? So this one, it's going to create a pocket for each page. And this is how it's going to look. Okay, you will have pockets for each page. Now for the pages, I'm going to show you. This is an 8.5 by 11, right? We are going to cut this one at 6. Okay, cut at 6, so you have something like this. Okay, and reserve this part because we are going to use that for tags or some scraps that we need. So now you will cut 6 of these. They are going to be the pages, and you're going to score at 6. So each page is going to be 6 by 6. Okay, and you're going to fold them right here. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, your page is going to look like this. Now we are going to play and make different pages for our mini album. Each one is going to have a pocket on the back. Okay, so when we glue this one, it's going to have a pocket right here. Okay, all the pages will have a pocket there. So we have more tags for pictures, right? But for the front, we are going to make something different for each page. So for the first page, I'm going to glue this one right here, and the page will look like this. Okay, this flap is going to be on the left, and I'm going to glue this one right here. So as you can see, you have the opening this way, and you have a pocket on this side. Okay, so now for this one, I want to add one more flap, and this one is 6 by 6. Okay, so I'm going to score just 1/2 inch right here, and I'm going to fold it, and then this one will go on this page right here. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one in this side, and I have another page. See, more room for pictures, so you can open and then close like this. And our first page is going to look like this. See, lots of room for pictures. And you will have a pocket on this side. I cut a 5 by 5 for each pocket. Okay. And you can add more tags if you want. You have a lot of room because you put the hinge right here, and it has more space for your tags. See? So now we are going to do the second one. Now for the second page, we have this page folded, and we can do something different. Instead of doing the same thing, like with the opening this way, we can open this way. Now our second page open like this. We are going to add this paper that is 5 by 6.5. And this one, we are going to score 1/2 inch, okay? On the longest side, we are going to score at 1/2 inch, and that will be this mark. Then you are going to score 1/8 inch again in the 1/2 inch left. Okay, so it's going to have this score mark. Okay, so we are going to glue this one on the top right here in the center, and when we close this one, it will go like this down. And because this one, the 1/8 inch that we have, this one doesn't need any magnets because it's going to fall straight. Okay, so we are going to glue this one, and it will look like this. See, I glue this one on the top right here, and then when I close this one goes down, and we have the pocket on the back, right? Now for the next page, we are going to have the same score mark at 6, but then we are going to add 1/8 inch. Okay, so we are going to score at 6 and 6 and 1/8 inch. So we have the first score mark at 6 and then the 1/8 inch. Okay, so it's going to look like this, and we are going to glue this one this way, and we are going to make another pocket right here. Okay, when we open up, we will have a pocket right here. So I cut this one for the pocket at 7 by 3, and this one I score at 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch right here on the side, so that will be 6. And this one that was 3, I score 1/2 inch, so it's going to be 2.5. Okay, our pocket is going to be 6 by 2.5. And we are going to cut right here. And we are going to glue this one to the back like this. We are going to glue this one right here. Okay, we can glue that before we glue this page on the hinge. Okay, so this is how our third page will look like. Okay, you open this way and then you have a pocket right here. Okay, so you can have more tags, and you can cut a 5x5 tag and put it up here. See, then another 5x5 for the side. See, for the next page we are going to use the same page, which is 6x11, and we score at 6, so we fold it and we have 5 right here, right? And we are going to add a waterfall mat, and these 3 pieces are 5 inches wide. This one is cut at 5, this one at 5.5, and this one at 6. And we're going to score 1/2 inch on the side. So we are going to glue this way, okay? One on top of the other. We just grab these ones. And this one we will glue right here, okay? Then the second one on top. And the third one on top. And our waterfall mats will look like this, see? And then this page will open. Now I'll put it together. And this is how it's going to look, okay, when you glue together. You glue the first one on the second on the third, and the third on the last, right here. And then you open and you have more room for pictures, see? Now at the back, you have another pocket. Now the next page, I'm going to glue it this way, okay? It will go down, and on top I'm going to add this piece of paper, which is 6.5 by 5, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch right here. And after you fold it, you are going to score 1/8 inch more, and then you are going to fold it again, and then you have this space right here for the bulkiness, right? So this one we are going to glue right here on top, okay? And we will have a flap that goes up and a flap that goes down, okay? And if you want, you can add a pocket right here for small tags. And I did this one because I want you to see the different colors right here and see that there is another flap in there, okay? So we're going to glue this one on that side right here. And this is how it's going to look. See, you open the flap and then you open another one, and in the back you have another tag. See, now let's do the last one. Now for the last page, we are going to put the folding page on this side, okay? And right here we're going to make 2 pockets, okay? And for the pockets, I cut these 2 pieces. These are 6, okay? The white is 6, and this one is 2.5, and this one is 4.5. So we are going to score 1/2 inch on each side so we can make the pocket. And we are going to cut right here the corners. Like this. And we are going to glue this one on top of the next pocket, which is this one. And we do the same thing for this one, okay? We cut the corners and we fold this one. We glue this one on top, okay? And then these 2 pieces are going to be on top of this side, okay? And we have to do that first before we attach to the last page, okay, and it's going to open like this. Now this is how it's going to look. See, we have two pockets right here and we have an opening, and we're going to put magnets right here, okay, so it can close it. And for the pockets I made two tags, okay, and these tags are 4.5 by 3.5, and this one will go here, and this one is 5.5 by 4.5, and it will go here. See, so it will have two tags there, and at the back it has another pocket for the tag. So our mini album is done. See, and you can add more flaps if you want. You have plenty of room. Now before I add this one to the cover, I'm going to fill it with pattern paper, and for a pattern paper you have to measure the space and cut 1/4 of an inch less on each side. For example, this one is 6 by 5. You are going to cut at 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. See, so you have to measure and cut 1/4 of an inch less for each one, okay? So I'm going to do like that, and I'll show you how it looks. Now my mini album is almost ready. I put the pattern paper and you will see how different the pages look like. Now I'm going to start up here with this part because I added this one and the last one, okay? So I'm gonna give you measurements for those. For this one, the paper is 8.5 by 11, right? You will cut at 5.5 right here, okay? In the long side. Then you're going to score at 5.5. So you have two pages that are 5.5 by 5.5. So they are square. And I added this pocket. And for this pocket, I cut a piece that is 6.5 by 3. And I score 1/2 of an inch on each side right here and glue it inside. And this one is now 2.5 by 5.5. So this is for the cover, and I put a magnet right here. And then right here is the first page. It has a magnet as well. And you open again, and you have plenty of room for pictures, see? Then on the side, you have a pocket, see? Then in the second page, we made this one. You open up, then you open to the side, and you have room for pictures there, right? And this one doesn't have a magnet because we give this space right here so this one can lay flat, okay? Then right here you have a pocket, and the third page you open and you have a pocket right here for a tag, see? So right here you have a space for pictures. Then in the next page we have another pocket right here, and in the next page we made the waterfall mats, see? And then this one opens and you have room for more pictures here. And I put a magnet here, okay? So this one can stay closed. Then on the next page, we have a tag. And right here, we have this flap that opens. And then this one that opens down, see? So you have a lot of room for pictures. Then in the next page, you have another tag, and right here, two pockets. And this one is a small tag, and this one is a large one, see? Then you open this one, and it has a magnet right here, and you have more room for pictures, see? Then again, you have another pocket. And in the last page, I added this one, okay? So I give you measurements. So for this one, I got one page that was 8.5 by 11, and I cut at 5.5. Then I score right here in the center, and I have two 5.5 by 5.5, okay? This one measures 6 and I score half of an inch that I glue right here. Okay, I glue it right here on top of this. And right here measures 4.5. And this one measures 5.75 by 4.5. And I score half of an inch and I glue right here. And when you put this one up, and you can see that this is a flap that goes down, okay? And I put a magnet right here and right here, okay? So it can stay closed. Now to embellish this mini album, I'm going to use some die cuts. I cut this one with a die of my stash, and this one measures 6 inches. So I'm going to use this one, and you know that I like a shabby chic look. Then I'm going to use this one to decorate a cover and some pages. And I also cut some of these and some of these doilies that I'm going to put in the tags. And this one, see? And here is the final result, and this is how I decorate it. As you can see, I put the metal corners, some paper flowers, leaves, this key, this wood veneer, and some pearls that I had in my stash, and this butterfly that is from Prima. And then I glued lace and the rosette trim. And at the back, this is how it looks. So as you can see, this one is a very easy project. And it looks like it's very hard to make it because of the embellishments and the thickness of the album. But if you follow the steps, that the pages are going to be very easy, and you just have to use your dies or anything to embellish your album, see? And you can use a different paper, a different style, but you will get as a result a 6x6 chunky mini album like this. And it looks gorgeous, right? I hope you like this project and you can give a try. Thank you very much for watching my videos, for your likes, your comments, and for subscribing to my channel. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye-bye.